Welcome to this week's episode of Ant on Music. I, of course, am your humble host, Ant, and this week we've got 4 releases to look at. Did a little digging this week, and also we have a couple anniversary issues, some colored vinyl, some cool stuff, and also picked up a bundle pack, and we'll get into all that. Obviously, if you've read the title of this week's episode, we are unmasking Kiss Unmasked. That's right. But before we get to that, we got a couple other releases to look at that I've added to the collection. Very happy to share them with you, and I want to thank everybody that stops by week in and week out, dropping likes, comments, and generally interacting here on my YouTube channel. Really do appreciate it. I appreciate your time you spend with me. So, if you're new here, subscribe, drop a comment, give a thumbs up, dig it all. So what do we got this week? This is an album I've been looking for a while. All of a sudden I saw it available online. I am a big Thin Lizzy fan. Love Tin Lizzy. Love it. And this is a live one. All right. And this is Life Live. It's got just about everybody that's been in the band up until that point on this live album. You got Phil, of course, Brian Downey on drums, Scott Gorham on lead and harmony guitars, backing vocals, Darren Wharton on keyboards, John Sykes, Snowy White also on guitars on both of those, and Gary Moore, Eric Bell, and Brian Robertson. So you've got a whole host of Lizzy faithful on here. This is a really nice gatefold album right there. Lots of live photos of the band, and pretty cool. Back, you've got the track listing, and what a track listing it is. It kicks off with the title track of Thunder and Lightning. I got Waiting for an Alibi, the classic Jailbreak, Baby Please Don't Go, Holy War, not the Megadeth tune, mind you. This was before Megadeth, long before. Renegade, also not the Styx tune. This is Thin Lizzy. Hollywood, Gotta Give It Up, Angel of Death, that's right, not the Slayer tune. Are You Ready? Boys Are Back in Town, which was covered by Bon Jovi fairly well. Nothing tops Lizzy, though. Cold Sweat, not the Kicks tune. Don't Believe a Word, Killer on the Loose is a great song. Sun Goes Down, Emerald, Black Rose, Still in Love with You, which is a fantastic Lizzy song, and closes out with The Rocker. As far as the interior goes, really nothing there. But it is on this beautiful blue vinyl. All right, and I've been eyeing this one for a while, and I saw that it was on sale at a decent price, so I was like, oh, now's the time to strike. Let's pick that up, which I did. Along with that, I picked up a 40th anniversary edition. Got a couple of anniversary editions this week, and the first one comes in a really great gatefold album, and that is the 40th anniversary edition of Iron Maiden Powerslave. For me, this is my favorite Iron Maiden release. Fell in love with this album when it first came out. God, 1985, I was either late in my sophomore year or early in my junior year of high school, and this album absolutely kicks ass, top to bottom. And this comes in a gorgeous gatefold sleeve, okay? And if you can tell here, this record is a Zoetrope, okay? And it's pretty neat looking. All right, let's take it out of the sleeve. It's a picture disc, and obviously when you throw it on the turntable and it spins, you see the images move to create its own image. And it's different front and back. Gorgeous artwork there by Derek Riggs. And once you remove the vinyl from the jacket, you also see a more complete image of Eddie as Pharaoh there with the lightning bolts behind him in the back. And of course, with all of Riggs' stuff, there's tons of stuff, hidden in the elements of the photo itself, or I should say the artwork itself. And this has just got a kick-ass, totally kick-ass Iron Maiden album itself. I mean, it almost reads like a greatest hits package. You've got 2 Minutes to Midnight to kick it off, Aces High to kick it off, into 2 Minutes to Midnight, Lost for Words, which is the instrumental on here. Flash of the Blade, love that tune. The Duelists, then Back in the Village, love Back in the Village. Title track, Powerslave, and then the epic. This is where the proggy stuff really started, believe it or not, with Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, which I believe is something like 14 minutes long, something crazy like that, which for Maiden at the time was a very big jump as far as length of song structure for them. And of course, this is the classic lineup of Maiden with Murray, McBrain, Harris, Dickinson, and Smith. 40th anniversary edition Iron Maiden. It's been out a while, but saw it online at a good price and I snapped it up. Moving right along. All right, this is a Kiss album. All right, that was redone, and they put the original artwork on the on it. You have this as the insert. Right, this is the album cover that was released, and there's the back of it, and on the insert. You get the story of Destroyer, right? Proud member of the Kiss Army, have been in the past. And this is just a great album, top to bottom as well. And let's wiggle this out. This comes on very funky orange vinyl. There's another version of this, which I haven't gotten yet. It's a 2-album set that has bonus tracks, like an acoustic track of Beth. And you've got the Casablanca label right there. And this one also, from beginning to end, a great Kiss album. It starts off with Detroit Rock City, King of the Nighttime World, God of Thunder, Great Expectations. Then on side 2, boy, I'm struggling with this. Then on side 2, I'm not going to mess with that any further. We have Flaming Youth, Sweet Pain, Shout It Out Loud, Beth, and one of my favorites, there's a lot of favorites on here, but one of my favorite Paul Stanley tunes, Do You Love Me? So you have that, and this is the updated artwork, okay? You've got kind of different color scheme to the background of the Destroyer album cover right there. I'm not sure which one I like better, probably the original. I think it has a lot more depth in it. So that's that. Now the next one is a 45th, I can't believe 1980. Is 45 years ago. I am getting older by the second, it seems, as well as all these great albums that I'm showing you. And the cool thing about this is, all right, this is the 45th anniversary of Kiss Unmasked. And the cool thing about this is the jacket is embossed. It comes on neon yellow and red swirl with green splatter color EP, and there's only 2,500 of these worldwide. Now, unlike other anniversary editions that they did for the 50th, this one is not gold, right? The interior is this funky neon green, all right? You can take a peek in there. And the album itself is that very cool splatter with the comic version of Kiss taking off their masks, revealing that those are really their faces anyhow. So they were unmasked but never unmasked. And this was at a point when, you know, from a band standpoint, they were falling apart, okay? It's not the worst Kiss album in the catalog. I think that really goes to The Elder. I know The Elder gets a lot of crap, and I think it deserves it. It's really not a fantastic album. This one, I think it suffers from some very dated, and I mean, it seemed out of place even in 1980 production. All right, Vinnie Poncia was on board to do the production. Not really fantastic. You have on here Easy as It Seems. Show you the back real quick. Got all the track listing. Is That Used Decent? Naked City. Shandi, which was the big song off of this, the big single. She's So European. Talk to Me, which is an ace tune, which I absolutely love. Tomorrow, Torpedo Girl, Two Sides of the Coin. Tried combining those together. Two Sides of the Coin is another ace tune. What Makes the World Go Round, and You're All I Want. And this also came with a really neat poster, okay, of the band that actually went on tour at this point. And if you notice, the drummer's different. This was the introduction on tour of Eric Carr. Very cool looking Kiss costumes for this tour. And this is where Eric came into play. Eric's one of my favorite members of the band, and probably I would have to say one of the nicest people I've ever interviewed. And you could go back, I talk about on a prior episode, you could go dig it out, about my interview with Eric Carr. Really super nice guy from Brooklyn, New York. And, you know, like I said, not a fantastic album from Kiss, but nice to have the anniversary edition to go along with the other anniversary editions, have it on vinyl, and to have the extras. Now, like I said, I bought it in a bundle, and the bundle wasn't the poster. That came with the actual album. What this was bundled with through Kiss Online was a shirt. And God knows I love me a t-shirt. So let's take a look at this. Let's open this bad boy up and see what we got here. And it's funny because on the album, we've got Peter. On tour, we got Eric. Let's take a look at that. 4 portraits of the dudes in Kiss. Peter, Paul, Ace, and Gene. And on the back, we've got the track listing. I actually like the back of the shirt. Pretty cool looking. So that is that. No big box sets this week, but there is 1 or 2 on the way. So those will be coming up either later this week or early next week. Whenever the mail fairy decides to drop something off, that's worthwhile for me. So that is everything. We kind of torched through 4 great albums today. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking out the channel. Thank you for subscribing. As always, peace, one love, music, and I'm out.